Hello YouTube. I am filming, obviously looking very different now. I bet none of you, or very few of you, have ever seen me like this, but it is the day after New Year's. I have removed that filthy mop from my head. There was a lot of reasons why I had to do that. Let me just say, don't try to grow your hair long unless you are prepared to deal with the problems that are associated with having long hair. One of the things here, and yes, I do have razor burn, and it's a lot worse in side profile, but if you're going to grow long hair, be prepared for all of the problems that are going to occur when you have long hair, especially if it takes you a long time to grow it. In a situation where we're in right now, our bathroom was pretty much a shambles. We have a working toilet and we have a working sink, but the bathing facilities are terrible, so we've been having to go to the other house of my family and clean up there. But it means that cleanliness becomes very difficult. So one of the things you have to do is you start taking a lot of standing baths. But it makes washing your hair very, very hard if you have long hair. And it was really, really getting troublesome to deal with that. So rather than going through all the inconvenience of this problem, I just shaved it off. Now, even when it gets an inch or two long, I can wash it with a wash rag. Also, the other thing that was happening, long hair for prolonged periods of time causes scalp damage because your scalp can't breathe effectively. Your scalp can't get rid of things effectively. And it's hell. And it lets you know in a lot of horrible ways. I didn't have dandruff per se, but I had a problem come up very similar to eczema. It's also how I found out I have what is called keratosis pilaris, and it really exhibits itself when your skin can't breathe and your hair can't breathe, which long hair can barely breathe. And when you're working in the woods and you're working in the dirt and you're working in the filth, your hair becomes a filthy mop pretty quick, like within a day or so, especially if you're working on something out in the woods. So bye-bye went the hair. And all I can say is, even though it looks like hell, I feel 500 times better than I did when I had it on my head. I don't know how to put this, but you can feel, you feel healthier without it, and it feels a hell of a lot better. My skin already, even though it's red and irritated up there on all sides, and I don't want to gross you guys out by turning my head, but that's the other thing. If you ever shave your head, never, 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 never use an electric razor. The razor burn that puts on your head is friggin' horrible. Friggin' horrible. It's going to take 2 or 3 days for this to heal up. Coffee. It is morning, and the temperature is dropping. I woke up this morning, it was still in the 50s when I woke up this morning. It's been a few hours. It's now down to 43 and dropping. I've been watching the temperature hour by hour. It looks like we may have a freeze if it keeps going down. So, anyway, my friend Darren is supposed to show up today. We're going to fix his computer. He bought a new motherboard and new internal hardware for Christmas. And he's coming down here so that I can build it for him. So that'll be fun. I haven't had a good computer build job in quite some time, and it's something I really enjoy doing. Kind of like a hobby. Well, it is a hobby. I never made it never really made it a job, but I get paid a little bit every now and again when somebody has something that needs fixing. But anyway, I know this is probably creeping some of you out, but I've gone around bald-headed before, and it doesn't bug me too much. My wife absolutely hates it, but you know, it was either keep the mop on your head and wait until you have something horrible that you have to go to a doctor for to fix up there, or get rid of it, let your scalp and everything heal up there, which I usually do about once a year. But I've been neglecting it because I was trying to let that hair grow out, and I do like the appearance of long hair, but man, I hate the other aspects of it, man. It just, oh, how can I put it? You will never be in more misery than having long hair that doesn't breathe. That's murder on your scalp. The itching, the irritation, just, oh. So I'll still probably grow it out. I like long hair better than bald-headedness as far as appearance, but just like I said, just and the eyelashes, I'll be getting rid of those pretty soon too, getting them down to a manageable size, or eyebrows. But right now, I'm liking it, It feels good to be rid of it. I can feel the air against my skin, and my skin is loving it, and it's letting me know that it loves it. Let me put it this way. When I was a kid, I got an ingrown toenail on my big toe on my right foot. Actually, it was when I was a teenager. It started out small, and I grew into it. It grew into me, but you know what I mean. You get used to a certain level of pain, but eventually it got to such a point that it was affecting my ability to walk. So my mother took me to a hospital where they surgically removed it and they killed the root. And the doctor goes, "You're going to experience a lot of pain after this for a few days, so we're going to prescribe you these pain pills." Well, I'll tell you right now, 5 minutes after the surgery, the pain I was experiencing was negligible, and I was used to a much higher level of pain because I had grown into that pain. And I was as giddy as a school child, man. I was literally giggling. It felt so good to be rid of that. It felt so good to be rid of that. And the pain, which I didn't really notice any, the pain was extremely negligible compared to the relief I was getting. The relief was overriding any pain I was feeling, if that makes any sense. And that's the way it is with all of this gone. Yes, I'm in a small amount of pain because of the razor burn and the ointment I have put on to kill the razor burn and soothe the skin. But compared to the relief I'm feeling right now, I'm happy to live with that. Yeah, and that's it. Other things that have happened, I guess I'll walk you guys around. I'll do a two-parter today. There's a lot of people that don't know what's been going on out here, and I should have updated a long time ago. But I'll get right back to you in the next scene and in the next few parts. So stick with me, YouTube.